Hey, good morning. I'm Dan Harris at ABC News World Headquarters in New York City, and this is an ABC News digital report. Developing right now in Russia, what appears to be a vicious political assassination. A popular outspoken critic of the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, shot in the back, right out in the open, just blocks from the Kremlin. And ABC's chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran, is on the story. Terry.
Good morning, Dan. Moscow is in shock today, and a sharp chill of fear has ripped across Russia. One of Vladimir Putin's fiercest critics, as you say, gunned down in broad daylight, 4 bullets in the back, in the very shadow of the Kremlin. This morning in Moscow, flowers on a bridge, usually filled with pedestrians and tourists, marked the spot of the brazen killing. The scene last night was eerie, incredible. The body of Boris Nemtsov, a veteran Russian politician, longtime Putin foe, lay on the ground. 4 bullets in his back. The killing coming just one day before Nemtsov was to lead a march for peace against Putin's war in Ukraine. A spokesperson for the Russian Interior Ministry says Nemtsov was walking with a female acquaintance when assassins leapt from a white car and opened fire. And take a look at this surveillance video. That white car, reportedly the assassin's getaway car, heading towards the crime scene, a black sedan close behind. Vladimir Putin says he is personally taking charge of the investigation into Nemtsov's killing. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov saying in a statement, Putin believes the cruel murder has every sign of being a contract killing, which has a solely provocative nature. Boris Nemtsov, 55, was a former deputy prime minister in the 1990s, once described as a possible president of Russia himself. But Putin outmaneuvered him, and Nemtsov became a harsh critic, organizing protests and exposing massive high-level corruption in Russia, especially during last year's Winter Olympics in Sochi, describing Putin to ABC News' Brian Ross.
Do you worry about what's going to happen to you?
Everybody who are against him must be very careful. I think that we must replace him because he did everything against an interest of my country.
Alarming times, reminiscent of the Cold War, as a recent Gallup poll reveals that Americans now view Russia and Putin as America's greatest enemy. Nemtsov's friends and supporters gathering now in Moscow at the scene there. They say Sunday's peace march will go on, and they also say Nemtsov was working on another major expose when he was killed. He had evidence, he claimed, of the use of Russian troops in the war in Ukraine.
So many questions swirling around Vladimir Putin at this point in history, and our thanks to Terry Moran for covering the story for us this morning. Keep it here on abcnews.com throughout the day for the latest updates on this and other top stories. And Tom Yamas will have a complete wrap-up of the day's news on World News Tonight. That's coming up later. Thank you for watching this ABC News Digital Report. I'm Dan Harris. Have a great day.